Welcome back to the channel. Bad each way races are the key to being successful at matched betting. This is a strategy that can lock in, whether it's £100, £200, £300 in one race. It has that potential, it really does. Now, you're not going to get unlimited amount of these races. You're only going to get maybe one or two of these races per day, sometimes zero. Now, I keep in contact with a lot of people that do match betting, and sometimes I see them trying to force the criteria of a bad each way race. Now in today's video, the first step really is identifying what a bad each way race is, and this is an absolutely brilliant example of what you're looking for. You can look for bad each way races the night before the races, and I like to pick out a couple of the races that I think are fitting the criteria. Sometimes it's not any. Now, as you can see here, we've got Witch Hunter, and by the way, just for the time being, ignore the liability and things like that just now. Ignore the actual bet itself. We're purely looking at the race and the odds. It's the 18:30 at Wolverhampton, Monday the 28th of February. As you can see here, you've got an odds-on favourite, meaning 2.0 or below. So he's odds-on to win the race 99% of the time. He's going to win the race. You've also got a second favourite at 3.7. And then behind the second favourite, all of these horses are way out. Look at the odds on this: 55, 65, 620. These horses are out the picture. Now this is a race that is 2 to place. So Witch Hunter being the absolute favourite, who's most likely going to win the game, the race, and City Jet, who's most likely going to finish second. This is what you're looking for. And you are also looking for horses that are really far out. Like, you don't want them all to be at like odds of 5, 6, 7. You want a clear-cut favourite, a second place who's not far behind, and then the rest of them to be out the picture. And this is on a 6 to 8 runner race. In this case, it is a 7 runner race, but there was a non-runner, so it's 6. And it still pays 2 places. Even if there was 5 runners, it would still pay 2 places. Now, where the real value in all this is, it's in the place. So if we go over here and we look at the place market, you can see here that the place market is 1.25. Now, you would be getting this up on Odds Checker, and you'd be checking the odds at the bookmaker. So yeah, this was the 18:30. Is it still going to show me? Yeah, it does. So it's showing you all the odds here. Now, at the time, I was getting on back odds City Jet at 5.0, which is the second favourite. And I mean, he's most likely 99% of the time City Jet's going to finish in that second place. Obviously, sometimes he's not going to, but the majority of the time he is. Look how far behind these guys are. They're not going to finish in that second place. Now, if we go over here, I mean, this is just this is just the pinnacle of a bad each way. City Jet did in fact place. He placed in the second place. Now, to find the odds of what the second place is, you do the odds of the win -1, so that's 4, divide it by the fraction, which is fraction of 4, quarter of the odds, so you do 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1 plus 1, so this is, the place odds were 2. So if we look at it here, this just shows you the value. City Jet, who I put on £50 to win, £50 on the place. He didn't win, but I didn't lose anything. So I had a chance, a 5.0 chance, that if he did win, I win £400 or whatever. And then 99% of the time he's going to finish in the place, so I lose nothing, I get my money back. So you can just see the value there. Most of the time, again, if he didn't finish in the place, you lose your whole £100. If you were no laying this, obviously. But so just say, for instance, this was an Ole, 99% of the time he's going to finish in the place, because the odds of the horses behind him are just so far out. You know, he's going to finish in that place, so you're getting your money back. So you're having a risk-free punt, essentially. Obviously, there is that odd time where it doesn't quite work out and it doesn't finish in the place, and you'd be losing, in this example, 200 quid. But you can also do, if you're wanting to do it in a matched betting context, you can obviously lay it off. So bearing in mind, the place odds are 2. Now if we go and have a look then, the place odds here are 1.25. So you can already see the value. If you don't understand, obviously you're backing high and laying low, that's where you get your margin. And that's where the discrepancy is between the bookmaker's place and the Betfair's place. Essentially, the bookmakers just struggle. They can't really find a way around it because they're paying out a fraction. That in these sort of races, only in, as I said, only in maybe 1 or 2 races per day, that this situation happens. Now, 1.25, that would be brilliant, but I didn't. I'm not going. Who am I kidding? I didn't get it at that price. I got it at 1.52, which is still a great price. And obviously, I was backing it there at 5, and you can even see in the win here at 3.75. So this obviously drifted in because this screenshot was taken, after the post time. 1832. It was taken after the post time, and obviously it come in, and that's the best time to get on especially the place market. The place market comes in normally just before the horses go off, and look how much it did come in there. So that just shows the value that you'd be getting there. Now, I did do this in a match betting context. So what I done here, that would have been 5, but I got it on at lower odds in the end as well, because it was so good. Even when the odds were dropping at the bookmaker, I was taking them at odds of 4, odds of 4.5 and 5. The average I managed to get was 4.46. The total stake being that. So that was £355 each way, the total stake 710. You put the fraction in, and then obviously you fill in the blanks here at 4.8, 1.52, and you can see that leaves me with a profit of £47. You do that on a couple races a day, you're easily making £100 plus per day doing this method. You can just see the value, even in an Ole context. You can see just how much value there is here still to be taken from the bookmakers. Now in this race I did need quite a lot of liability, so having a bigger bankroll is obviously advised. You can do this with smaller stakes, but you're not going to make as much. And if you can plug in the numbers, but if I did wait and I got that at 1.2 and odds on the win at 3.75, I think it was. Let's just have a look. Yeah, 3.75. I can only imagine if I just waited a little bit longer and laid it closer to the off time, I probably would have been making hundreds of pounds on that race alone. Check out Odds Checker. This is really the website, but what you'll be looking at the most. You can check out the next day's races. What I like to do is just open them all up. Go through, open them up, and you're looking for that short priced favourite, and that's normally a 6 to 8 runner race. In this case, the case that I showed you, it was there was, I think it was 6 runners in the end, but just go through. You're looking for a short priced favourite, so that's not going to count. Just close them off as you look. Yeah, even under the odds of 3 possibly. This is paying 2 places, but if a horse is a non-runner here, I would be careful with races like this, because if there is a non-runner, this can change, so you can lose a lot of money doing that, so be careful. But yeah, this could possibly be one. Just have a look. Yeah, that could possibly be one. You're really looking for a horse at like 1 point something, like an absolute favourite. And again, they'll only come now and again. I like to just keep an eye on them and then check them out the next day to see if anybody's drifted far in. But again, you're looking for that favourite. I hope this cleared up some of the confusion there is about bad each way racing and each way places and general. If you do have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I've not posted in about 4 months. I think it's been about 4 or 5 months, but I will be posting more on the channel. So if you did like this video, be sure to give it a like, and thanks for watching.